and this is an In a Cage, Kicking It with Chicken, and I got some guests with me tonight. So I'll introduce them right now. Actually, one of them's adjusting the camera. You're a perfectionist. just stop. It's probably good enough. All right, guys, come on over. So I got Illuminate the State and Marauder, Streetbeefs West Coast, Streetbeefs Scrapyard, the original Pete.
Original Pete.
Oh, and I got a chance to meet this guy when I was down in Streetbeefs West Coast at the Hot Box event, the Super Bowl event, and yeah, man, it was awesome meeting you. What do you think of the Scrapyard so far?
It was cool. It's a lot different than I imagined. Like, everyone has a mental map of when they see things, and it's super cool. I love it.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to fight in here.
I remember when I got a chance to go to the OG yard for the first time. It was so weird because like you have this, what you're focused on YouTube, inside the ring. And you're not like, at least I wasn't really paying much attention to what was going on around it. And then you go fight there, and it's like you walk in, you're like, oh, this doesn't look anything like I thought it would. But then you start to see like these key spots that are what you remember from the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the West Coast. I went out there, you know, the hot box. You just see the hot box.
Right.
You don't really see what's around it or anything like that.
It's way more small than I thought. Like the area around it. It might have been just all the people in it.
Yeah. That was a packed event though. I think you guys had like 30 something fights. 36 fights.
That was a lot, yeah.
It was a lot. Plus the people that didn't show up and all that. So we got fights tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I got my phone too. I gotta like actually pay attention to the people that are on the live chat right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have like an itinerary thing that I'm gonna try to follow, but I might just like totally disregard it. It just depends. Let's see.
Okay. I was trying to figure out how to pull up the comments, and then for some reason it was stuck on the old one. But now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it refreshed now. So
I'm hoping that people. Jimmy Fit, what's up? How you doing, man? I'm hoping that the people that were waiting on the other one realize that we're not doing that one, so they're just jumped over to this one now. Concrete Cowboy, what time is it there? It is 8:09. Neptu, our #1 fan, is in the house. Neptu's another one. So yeah, we were just talking about Ordinary Pete, Illuminate the State. We've got Freddie, Ohms. That's another one I see in the chats all the time. We had remember King Warlord from Canada?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was one that was in the chat a lot too. Yeah. Scary Bullies. D-Dub, that's not Viking Warrior, is it? Mr. Top Knocker is ready for tomorrow.
Ooh.
Shout out Mr. Top Knocker. He helps with our matchmaking. He does a lot out here. So he's on the wall. Yeah, he's a matchmaker.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I got Epic Tan is fighting for this one right here, the Muay Thai belt tomorrow.
Ooh.
So this is the first time tomorrow that we're gonna have belt Muay Thai fights. And
Hell yeah.
I know there's controversy with Muay Thai in Washington versus Arizona. And I gotta clarify it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he doesn't know?
You don't know about our rules here.
I've seen Free Smoke make one comment and that's it.
Yeah. You're gonna hate us. You can't knee or elbow to the head.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense with the knees.
Yeah. Okay. So, and we thoroughly researched this too. Like, I had a team of people on it, and any amateur in Washington State, absolutely no knees or elbows to the face.
What if we pad it up?
So that would probably work, but at the same time, it depends if I give you a title fight or not, and that is a stipulation with this Muay Thai belt that I said, hey, if you're new, I don't really care. The Muay Thai belt is open, so the first people to get it, I don't care if you've had one fight or 0 fights or whatever. just that one belt that one time. And then whenever else I feel like making an exception. But yeah, so knees or elbows, that's pretty much it. I looked into it. Me and my team looked into it, and it was confirmed. Washington State. I even looked into other states, and Arizona, it is legal. However, it's not legal on the ground. So you can't technically knee or elbow.
Ground and pound.
You can't elbow to the head on amateurs on the ground.
Right.
That I inadvertently found that, but it's a weird stipulation. Just different states have different rules, you know.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
The knees were actually banned by Scarface a long time ago because knees and elbows to the head used to be fine for street beefs.
Man, I was talking with Alex about King of the Streets, that fight channel, and how they get away with like the most gruesome of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Fitz says, "Who is Marauder fighting?"
He's not telling me. He's keeping it wrapped up in the finger.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's definitely the reason. It's gonna be like Christmas for all of us because we're all gonna find out at the same time. Look,
Pick your
I'm
presents.
gonna find you somebody tomorrow. I am. It's gonna happen, but it's just like I had people back out.
Word.
Like on this event, I don't know what it was. Is it like people call into work because it's sunny out? It's like, you know, are they calling in the fights because it's sunny out? I don't know. It seems like more people would want to be here. But yeah, I just had a lot of people drop out, and
Whoever shows up.
yeah, I mean it ain't gonna be crazy legs. I know that. It ain't gonna be crazy legs. I know that. So, but we have a bunch of random people showing up tomorrow too.
Right.
So
I've seen like in the last 3 or 4 days, there's been a lot of guys signing up around my size.
yeah, I need a Sasquatch bucket hat. Yes, you do. Buddy V, what's up? I'm not lying to him though, Jimmy. I really don't know. I didn't really have anybody lined up, but I have had dropouts, potentials. I had a girl fight, that was a good one. We had a dropout on that. I had my 205-pound Muay Thai belt. I had the dropout on that one. I had somebody drop out, like 3 people that they're bringing today. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people here and everything, but and it's going to be a good event. There's going to be lots of fights, but it's just I don't know anything. And sometimes we go into these like this, and sometimes we go into them where I have the names of everybody and everyone's confirmed, and then I put them all down, and most of the people show up. But this is going to be just, I think, hey, it's nice out. Let's go to the fights. Let's fight. Because people know, like, I don't let them come out here unless they're either fighting or they're a corner. It's like, if you want to come out and watch the fights, like, talk your buddy into fighting.
Word. Okay.
Or you fight yourself. Because I can't charge for tickets. I can't, and then I'm limited on space. So, well, I just don't want to have a bunch of public people coming in, you know?
Yeah.
Neptune says he's taking part in the 100 push-up challenge by doing 10 a day.
Oh man. So the 100 push-up challenge is what we're doing currently right now. Some of us are doing it. It's mental health awareness, and basically you just have to do 100 a day. It's however you want to do your 100 push-ups. If you want to do one push-up every minute, you know, until you got them done, and that's whatever, that works. But sometimes I try to do as many as I can in one set, and then I try to do as many the next set, and as many. Or sometimes if I'm feeling like kind of lazy, I just break it up into really small sets and do them throughout the day. It's just important to get them all through. And I don't know, I have problems with motivation, but when competition or there's actually somebody else doing it, you know, like they say, workout partners
Right.
will get you in shape too. You know, it's kind of the deal. So I've been forced to do push-ups for what day are we on? 18th, 19th? We're on the 19th. So we're 19 days into this.
Oh, so everyone's got a pretty good month so far.
Yeah, I can notice a big difference. I think it's giving me more energy. I have also been working out on top of it too. So, but I feel like once you kind of get up and get the blood moving, it's easier to do more. This thing keeps telling me, like, if I lay in one spot too long, it tells me, it says, get up and do something. It's like, that's your sign, right? Bam Bam, what's up? Ali doing sets of 20. Yep, I did. So yesterday I did my push-ups at the YMCA. I hit the heavy bag, the same heavy bag that gave me the big cut above my eye. But every set of 20 I would do a round on the bag. So I got, if you're not good at math, that's five rounds on the bag. And yeah, so I did it that way. Those were pretty easy to do because I feel like I was working out already. But
let's see. Jimmy Fitz says I started off 250 a day on sets of 25. Damn.
Yeah. Well, no, Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy is a muscle. He's
yeah.
he's yoked, man. But when I was really into push-ups, and I used to be really big into weights. I would say I never competed or anything, but my body weight to lift ratio was really high. And when I was doing that, you know, I was doing like 1,000 push-ups. Like I did it a couple times, 1,000 push-up challenge. They were a lot easier when I was doing bench press and stuff every, you know, two times a week. But I mean, I literally started the 100 push-up challenge without doing push-ups. Like that was the first day.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for like boxing and stuff, I don't know if, you know, like it would have been so much worse.
Yeah, I was looking up apps before I started it. They have a bunch of like workout apps in the app store.
Yeah.
That they have like you set how many push-ups you want to do in a month, and then each day or whatever it'll give you that amount, so it'll gradually build up to like say like, oh, you did 1,000 in a month. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's just like for the people who really never done push-ups.
Yeah, yeah. I did a bench press workout that was like that too. You put your 1 rep in, and then it calculates out like a 30-day. I don't know. Actually, I don't remember how many days it was.
Yeah. Like I believe it. Like it makes you do your limit, and then it bases your whole plan off of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you got any routines that you do?
Yeah, like I'll jump rope every day, and I'll run like at least a quarter mile, and then I'll be doing bag rounds, like 3 or 4 of them, and I'll be out for like 45 minutes to an hour every day working out.
Nice. Yeah, I hate running. I did cross country and stuff like high school, but I would rather do 5 miles on a bag than 5 miles of running.
Right. Cardio on a bag and running are a little bit different.
They are. You know, like speaking of cardio, I had to like explain it to somebody the other day. We had a fighter that got in here and fought for his first time, and people were like, "Oh, his cardio's so bad," and I was like, "It's not though. This was his first time in the cage." And like non-fighters, it's funny like with the YouTube comments that what a non-fighter sees, they just don't really understand because they've never experienced it.
Right.
Nerves, man. You get in here. That's why we have fighters puking. It ain't because their cardio is super bad. It's because they're.
I know something about puking. All my fights, every single one of them, I ended by puking, and yeah, shit gets you.
Spar more.
Yeah, spar more, hard spars. Get more comfortable in that fire, you know.
Yeah, man. I like when I trained MMA and did MMA fights a long time ago. I would get super nervous and stuff too. First fight I ever had, it was actually in Tacoma. I puked my guts out afterwards, and I remember everyone was being nice. So they bought me beers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, I got like 3 beers, and I just sat down. Just like, I'll be back.
Wasn't there a fight the last event where the dude like shot out a throw up cannon?
Right there. He was like
it was.
Oh yeah.
And then he turned around and was like, okay.
Yeah.
He commented on, I think, the TikTok of it. He's like, that was me and I'm not ashamed. I'm like, yes! no, man, like, dude, that happens. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't care what, like, when something like that happens, it's like, whatever, you know, you got in here and you fought, you know, so what if you had a reaction like that to nerves or whatever? Actually, I heard he drank Arizona iced tea before that.
Oh, that's
But yeah, nerves they're a real thing, and I just feel like the more experience and the more training and sparring mainly, that it just calms your nerves a lot more.
I think I played myself by sparring, but I was just doing like light, really technical, slow motion kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And then like when someone actually punches me in the face, I don't have that reaction, that
Yeah.
that snap. But I've been getting those faster, more live rounds.
Yeah, my whole training, like starting off, like it was kill or be killed, you know. So I mean, if you don't move your head, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Right.
So I got really used to that more hard spar. Yeah, I have to tone it down a little bit when I'm doing sparring with people I don't know and everything, because yeah. But I also think it affects you in the cage too, because if you get too used to that slow sparring, you take it with you.
You have that pace, and you can't be slow and like that.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely noticed, like when I was doing more technical sparring, a couple of the fights that I fought. You're my comment guy tonight.
So Ohm says nerves is a big deal. Happy mood, and yeah, rest in peace, Showtime. That does suck. I've been to one of his fights live. I forgot his opponent's name, but yeah, he knocked him clean out.
Oh, Lytle. That was that.
When we went to Virginia
Yeah,
for the cicadas.
Yeah, that was that dude that he is part of that other boxing club, and he was there with some other guys. He was cool. Did you get a chance to meet Showtime?
Yeah, man, he's pretty nice dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Definitely
sitting there in front of his jacked up truck. And
definitely sounds different than like what his voice was different than what I thought he was gonna sound like.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, met a lot of cool people that day. Man, I'm telling you, get over to Virginia and just experience it, because it's neat, you know. Just jump on a plane and do an event, you know.
I want to tour to all the yards.
Yep.
Happy Mood says, I want to see the guy on the left and that thing on the right fight.
Whoa.
Uh,
Stage left, stage right. What do you mean?
What's his name?
Happy Mood.
Happy Mood. Happy Mood versus Firechicken.
I got my money on that thing on the right. Is that a boy or girl or they?
This is YouTube.
What?
Instagram would have been
It
worse.
should have a. You know what's worse than all of them?
Huh.
Reddit.
Word. Can you even stream on Reddit?
No, but it's just like if you post something on Reddit, they're so unforgiving. And it's funny because somebody was doing a podcast last night, or I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about it, and it was just so accurate. I have to be careful what fights I post on there. Like I have to okay, how can they attack this? And they always, and they're right. Yeah, it's like that person that just tells you the absolute truth no matter how horrible it is. Yeah, but they're ruthless. So yeah, steer clear of Reddit.
Yeah, the Reddit was what was it, the offspring, because everyone couldn't really deal with what was that other site?
Twitter?
No, 4chan. It used to be
Oh,
popular.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I never did the Twitter thing.
I had a Twitter for like a little bit, but there's like so many social medias. It's hard
Keep up with them all.
to do all of them at once. I mean, it's easy maybe to keep up Facebook, Instagram,
I
or
feel
something.
stuck for being like on Facebook all the time, because people tell me that's like an old person app, and I need to get other stuff. I'm like, I don't
But
want to be on
but
Twitter.
we use it for what it was designed for.
Right. I'm supposed to know
Keeping in contact with people. You know? Like Instagram, I feel like you're just like looking at a page.
Right.
And you're not I don't know, it's just a feeling that I have.
It's like someone made a yearbook for themselves.
Yeah, with all their best stuff.
Right.
Facebook seems more personal, but you have the groups that brings people together. I think that's what it is. because our signups are all on Facebook, and I tell people like you gotta go on there. And I don't have an account. I'm like, make a fake one. Like I just need you to put your information down, so I have an idea of like how many people are gonna show up. You know, and not only that, but the sign up post is on Facebook, so it shows the whole everything that you need to know is listed. That way, people can't say, "Well, I didn't know." It's like, "Well, you didn't read it." I can't post that on Instagram.
David Britton says, serious question: is this Street Beef Scrapyard the same as Street Beefs?
It's actually pretty crazy how many people don't know this, but we've talked a little bit about branches, and Streetbeefs. They are the almost 3 million YouTube channel. They're the main branch. Scarface, Chris Wilmore, he started this whole thing back in 2008. Now we, the Scrapyard, the West Coast, Dirty South, are branches of the original Streetbeefs. So we have our own channels, and we do our own thing. But we have fighters like Marauder or Fair Play or Beach or Free Smoke that we cross back and forth when we fight at different places. So we're all part of the same organization. We're just divisions of it, I guess you could say.
Right.
Subdivisions or whatever.
Basically, it kind of makes it seem like, not really, but kind of like how the other companies, sports entertainment companies have, with, for example, like how like WWE, they have like 4 or 5 different shows. Kind of be like.
I guess it's like, yeah. Hold on, answering I got a couple people signed up.
Yeah, Neptune. Yeah, well, here in the Scrapyard, he says it's 8:30 p.m. where we are, though it seems late. But like where I live, because I live in San Diego, even though I'm a Scrapyard fighter. So over there right now, it's pretty dark already, because I believe the sun sets starting like south more, and then it starts going over here. So that's why you guys have more light, I believe, a lot longer.
Yeah, because the more north you go, the longer the days can be and the longer the nights can be. So like at peak times in the summer, in say Alaska, right, the more north you are, you can have almost 20, it's not quite 24 hours, but it's like 20 hours of daylight. And then in the wintertime, you have like 20 hours of night because of how much north you are. So that makes sense, is that the more north you are.
Buddy V asked me, what style am I fighting? Boxing. Yeah, probably gonna be boxing until I'm confident and have like some actual serious training and other, aspects of martial arts. More so to the fact is I have a feeling, and I'm pretty sure I know this for a fact, any fight that I do other than boxing.
Don't say it. Don't say it. You're just giving it to him if you say it. They're gonna try to punch him in the head, is what he's trying to say. So, and you obviously want Muay Thai tomorrow,
right? I'd settle for kickboxing.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be
different.
It's definitely gonna be a kicking thing. Yeah, like kicking with chicken, right?
Kicking it with chicken.
Do you got any MMA experience?
No, I've sparred 2 times in the 4-ounce gloves, and I have done 1 single leg takedown, just like playing. I got no MMA experience.
It's different. People see like boxers and they have their hands a certain way, and they see an MMA and they hold their hands completely different. I mean, those different gloves
Do a whole lot for your defense.
take away a lot. You have more ability to grip and pin down, and you don't really have that in boxing. So yeah, it's different, but you have to be more elusive. You can't rely on blocking punches.
Yeah, my Muay Thai style is very like flat-footed and stagnant, and you can't be like that in MMA. You're gonna get punched in the head like a ping pong paddle.
Yeah, I think every martial art kind of has their disadvantages and weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually one of the questions I want to ask you guys. Like, if you could pick two martial arts, if you're going to tell somebody that we'll expand it to four, but we'll start out with maybe like the first one. What's the first martial art you think somebody should know?
I think definitely Jiu Jitsu. I believe so. I'm pretty sure like the styles like no gi and gi they teach you a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one of the things because it helps with like all the grappling, grounds, a lot of ground stuff.
Yeah, no gi and gi. I mean, like, if you do gi and you learn no gi and stuff too, it just kind of goes back and forth. But so you pick Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for your number for if you could pick one martial art.
Yeah, that would be my first thing. Is Jiu Jitsu.
What about you?
Jiu Jitsu for sure.
I'm not sure. I want to say Muay Thai because that's what I do, but I think if I were to start over, I would do boxing first, just to get a boxing foundation.
Okay.
And yeah, like with every martial art, it builds character and makes you, kind of changes you into a different person. And I feel like if I had boxing earlier in my life, that would have been cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Personally, I would say boxing, and the reason is because think about like where you would use it. Okay, self defense, right? What's most likely you're going to run into people on the street that they're going to expose a lot of openings, and they're going to try to grab you, but I feel like some good strikes is going to keep them away. If you could just pick like one, if you had good solid hands, like that would really help you out a lot. Especially like if you're fighting multiple people.
Word.
Like I'm not saying you're gonna go out and kick a bunch of people's asses, but
I'd hate to be rolling around with a guy and his friend is right there kicking me or something.
yeah,
Right.
at least in boxing you can maybe get a good lucky shot in, and
I feel like most situations where you're doing self-defense, you're trying to get away. You're not trying to win a fight, you know?
Let's see. Jimmy Fitz says wrestling, boxing, BJJ, and Muay Thai.
he picked wrestling first. That's interesting.
I sleep on wrestling.
It's not wrong, in my opinion. It's not.
The only thing
I said that wrong.
The only thing that always pushed me away from wrestling was because in high school, dude, we'd be running like 30 miles, freaking from the school all the way to like, the next city just for training.
Yeah, I just didn't want to wear a singlet. I wasn't comfortable with my bulge, so.
Mr. Fitness is definitely comfortable with it.
Okay. Anyway, I want to explain like very comfortable. So, Jimmy, I will agree. Like wrestling, for one, it's easy to find. It's the most accessible martial art you can get because at a young age you can literally find wrestling anywhere. And just knowing like 6 months of wrestling just puts you so much higher above somebody that doesn't know wrestling. So say you get jumped and they take you to the ground, like with wrestling, at least you can prevent that from happening. Your hands might not be you might not be able to throw a punch at all, but you can resist being taken down. You can get away. Plus your cardio is probably on point because you're a wrestler, so you can run away. So I definitely see that, Jimmy.
Yeah, David says wrestling isn't that fun to watch, I'll admit, but damn, it works. It really does.
Yeah, it does. Which brings us to the next one. What if you guys could pick two?
So my second one would probably be Muay Thai. Definitely because help you with the kicks, checking, stuff like that, definitely. I think Muay Thai might help out a little bit more than like kickboxing with the kicks, but
I've never done like a strictly kickboxing class anywhere or anything like that, so I wouldn't be able to tell.
I took a kickboxing class at they had it as like an elective course at like the college, so there was like an hour, but I mean it wasn't really. It's just they were just teaching you boxing stuff and then
Word.
kick the bag and the bobs.
Word.
Yeah, Muay Thai. I think that a key difference between specific martial arts is that whatever you focus your time on, you're taking away from something else.
Mhm.
It's got to be that way, right? I mean, if you do kickboxing, you would think like, well, it's better than boxing because you're using your kicks, but you're only spending 50% or less of your time actually punching, so you're not developing your punching at the same rate that you're not developing your punches at the same rate as a boxer. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're not doing strictly boxing, but you're still doing it 100% better developing your kicks than a boxer. So there is that.
Yeah.
So you take some off of this side, but you add to this. So I feel like with Muay Thai, maybe they focus more on clinching and that kind of stuff than kickboxing. So your kicks might not be.
Is clinching allowed in a normal kickboxing match?
Briefly
Do they have knees in kickboxing?
to the stomach.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
But do they do the tie like knee each other in the clinch, or
We
is
don't-
it kind of like throwing knees at each other from?
It's kind of
punch
like you
distance?
just kind of grab and throw and then back off.
Okay.
You can't really.
You can't wrap up like
Yeah,
that.
and you can't sweep.
Okay.
It's just like I honestly don't know why more people don't just do the Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Because I
I
mean,
think it's because it's scary to think about elbows, but
it's the same with kickboxing though.
Mhm.
So
does kickboxing have elbows?
yeah, just the body.
Word. Okay, I've never seen a elbow body technique.
I know, right? So what is your number two for effective muscular?
I don't have any experience with wrestling or jiu-jitsu, but I wish I did. Like what you were saying, I've just focused on Muay Thai and like a little bit of boxing my whole martial arts career. So if I did have one of those, it would be nice to have it just in my back pocket to be more confident.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I would go to a wrestling class or a jiu-jitsu class first. I hear jiu-jitsu more, and I'm more attracted to it. But like I've seen wrestler kids at high schools, and they're just like built different.
Yeah.
They're just like tanks of people. So maybe it would be beneficial to do wrestling just to be fit.
Shoot, in high school when you do nothing but like when they don't do they don't make you do nothing but work out all the time, then you're gonna get pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because I've known people that were huge in high school. A couple years later, they're smaller.
Yeah. I'd actually have to agree with you again. I would pick wrestling, and there's a key reason why I would pick wrestling over jiu-jitsu for a second one. So I think with on the street and fights and that kind of stuff, you need to just control the situation rather than try to be effective at doing submissions. Like your average person on the street isn't going to be putting a choke on you, or they're not going to be able to apply it correctly.
Right.
I think if you know some wrestling, it's going to help you stay on your feet. It's going to help you get away. We're taking the cardio aspect out of it because that's dependent on the person and all that. But I just feel like having a striking art for your first one is key, and then for your second one, a grappling art. I feel like the takedowns in wrestling are better because you spend in jiu-jitsu more time on the ground practicing submissions, where wrestling, a lot of it is takedowns. Like with judo, judo versus jiu-jitsu, where's that time spent? And I feel like the time spent with judo is with your throws, but with jiu-jitsu it's more on the ground, even though they overlap,
Right.
So I would say, like, because of how accessible wrestling is and how you can find boxing fairly easy, I would say that those are my top two also. And I think I can already tell from talking to you guys what your top four are going to be. I think we're all going to pretty much agree, maybe. I would say 3 and 4 are going to be, for me, Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Word.
So you got your boxing hands, you got your Muay Thai, which is a good clinch with good kicks, Then you got your wrestling with your takedowns and scrambling positions and all that. And then you got Jiu Jitsu for finishing, protecting yourself on your back. I think that, I mean,
Good lineup.
I think personally, you know, that would work for building a good MMA fighter too.
Right, and what would you make yourself do all those classes before you became an MMA fighter, or would you have like wrestling and boxing and be like, okay, now I'm capable of an MMA fight?
I would find a good coach, and I'd wait till my coach told me I was ready.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. If he says, you know, we've been working, you're doing good. Based on what I see, I think you're ready for your first MMA fight. That's how it happened with me, you know, like originally. So he's like, yeah, you're ready. And okay, did it, and I won a few, and yeah.
Jimmy Fit says 25 push-ups a day, then go up 5 every week. 30 a set, 35 a set, 40 a set. Kind of like
Jimmy,
that.
I got to talk to you more about fitness goals because you seem like the guy to talk to. I have been, so look, I've been doing the push-ups every day. I've been hitting the bag. I've been doing all sorts of stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to weigh myself. But I've been noticing, like, you know, more cuts and all that stuff. And I weigh myself, I weigh exactly the same. But that's not what it's all about, right? You know, I feel better. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's, you're losing body fat and then you're gaining the weight back in muscle, so that's why it doesn't.
It is. But, you know, that's also the first thing anybody tells you. But I can physically see it. So.
Yeah, you're making your progress towards better health.
Yeah. That's why the weight really don't matter.
Big Steepa says, does anyone need experience to fight in the ring with you guys? You guys, aka Streetbeefs.
No. We match you up based on your experience, which can be none to a lot. So if you come out here and we ask you what kind of experience you have, and you're like, hey, Firechicken, I've never put gloves on in my life. Never really been in a fight, you know. I'd be like, okay, you're a level 0. So then I try to match somebody up within 10 pounds of you that's a level 0 also. If they come in and said, man, you know, Firechicken, I've had a lot of street fights. You know, my pappy, he taught me how to hold my hands up and throw punches, or maybe they're just physically strong, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'd be like, yeah, you know, you're a 1. We'll see how you are. Like Jay got him when he first came in, he was a 1. He had a lot of street fights. We didn't do the numbering system back then, but you know, and then he dominated, and it looked worse than it actually was because he was a 1.
Yeah.
But then he started training. But anyway, then you got your level 2s. Level 2 is somebody that's got some gym training, some training by a professional coach or whatever. Maybe an exhibition match. Just it can depend on the time that you've got into it, your coaching, your experience, and all that. Like if we put you at a 2, but a 3 is somebody that's got actual amateur fights. I say fights because it's like you've been in there a few times, you know. Like I would put myself at a 3 for like if I did MMA, just because of my experience with all of it, you know. But then you got guys like Viking Warrior or Crazy Legs that are they're above a 2, or they're 3, 4, you know, 4s, you know, champions, high level strikers, fighters, whatever in the scrapyard. 5 is just basically like, I mean, Viking Warrior, dude's a 5, you know. Champions, people that maybe have never really lost or once, whatever. But yeah, that's our number system.
Big Steepa says, I want to feel the pain and really get out there and fight some guys.
Yeah. It's as easy as signing up on the Facebook group. You know, there's a big long post to read about it, tells you what to expect. And yeah, just put your experience down and we'll match you up. So we got people coming from everywhere, as you can see. Arizona, right? No, Cali.
Cali.
Yeah, it's Southern Cali.
Yeah.
And Southern Cali?
North Cali.
North Cali.
North Cali, South Cali.
Cali's big. North Cali and South Cali are quite a bit different.
Your flight was probably less. How long did it take you to get here?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, it took me about 3 hours.
You do you live near Weed?
I don't know. I live like an hour north of Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Big Steepa says he's from Texas.
Okay.
There is a branch in Texas.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Dirty South territory.
Dirty South. But they only do events like every 4 months. I'd say go on streetbeefshq.com and see what it says on there. That's also where you do signups too. But yeah, you know, a lot of people always ask me like, why don't they have branches everywhere? It's just not legal everywhere, unfortunately. Okay. I got a question for you guys.
All right.
Would you rather fight 100 cockfighting chickens? These are the ones with razor blades like attached to them.
Oh man.
These are roosters. 100 of those, or, and I just made this up, but a 75-pound, 4-foot chicken cockfighting rooster.
Is that one gonna have blades on his?
Yes.
Oh, man.
But
Yeah,
it's
like
gonna
whole
be,
scimitars on his.
yeah, he's,
I think the small chickens, because they'll probably do less damage than the big one.
Right? Like I feel like my clothes will protect me a little bit from the little ones.
but you're only, like with the small ones, you're only doing like chip damage to the whole entity. You know, like,
Right?
I feel like with the big one, that one might be a little.
You need like a weapon or something. If I had a
You
hammer,
wouldn't need a weapon.
You better go into the like master of experience.
Oh, you wouldn't need a weapon. Yeah.
Mess up once, that's
At least
it
a
for you.
baseball bat, you know?
Right.
A stick? A hefty stick.
I'd run until I found something.
I feel like a hefty stick would really mess up the little ones, though.
Oh yeah.
Like, you could knock a few of them out. They're not doing good. But that big one, so I would go with the 100. Yeah. Because the more damage you do to it, the weaker the whole thing's going to get.
I bet I could one-shot a chicken.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think you would one-shot a big one?
Not a big one.
Not a big one?
But see,
Like regular size ones?
the thing is, would you have enough energy to take out all 100 before, or would you give out like?
I've done 50
and
right
then-
side, 50 left side. You
See,
know.
this is where Jiu Jitsu works out with the big one. You can triangle choke it. One triangle choke and it's done.
Jenny says, "Just give me a machete." David says, "Neither. Death by 1,000 cuts."
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
You know, now that I think about it, that I think that is a very old, like, medieval torture method, is that they do hundreds of small paper cuts all over your body.
Dude, they had some ruthless stuff back then. The ways of torturing people, and man.
One, I think the easiest ones for people to choose, which they thought it was the worst, was the guillotine. I mean, they said that the guillotine was painless, but
Did you
I
know
mean,
that the last like guillotine execution was in like the late 1900s, like 1970s?
Yeah.
Around then was the last
Yeah.
guillotine execution.
It's actually very humane.
Yeah.
You know, there's no chance like it's gonna.
unless the blade is dull, because then.
Nah, they check that. I mean, there's always a chance. I feel like electricity would be the worst. Because
I feel like shooting squad would be the best.
unless they didn't like you,
Unless
they didn't shoot you in the head.
But what if they didn't shoot you in the head though? Because then you feel the pain too.
But there'd be like 20 guys, so it'd be only from the time
You
the
gotta
first guy to
figure
the
they're
last
paying
guy
these
shot.
guys to shoot you. They're trying to be cheap, you know. With hard times, there's gonna be like one guy.
Okay.
What about the one where they strapped the person? Well, they didn't strap them. They put them on a table and then they tied, I believe it was a horse, to like their arms and their legs.
Oh,
And then like they
the
hit
torture
'em.
rack.
Yeah, they hit them and then they just all took off in their four directions.
Oh, that'd be the worst. I think the worst one would be when they put you inside I think it was a bowl, a steel bowl, and then they heated it up from the bottom.
Oh, they boiled,
Yeah,
the
cooked you from the
boiling
inside.
bowl. I believe that was a Chinese one.
Probably they like torture. Death of a Thousand Cuts. Come on, that's not. At least the French were like, "Hey, we're just gonna humanely get this over with."
I think, no disrespect, to anyone that's French, but at that time during the revolution and stuff, I think they were just kind of lazy to like, think of different ways to do that. But that's
Well, look at it this way: like lethal injection. Okay, they got to pay for all the
chemicals. They charge us taxes.
the guillotine is instant. You're done. You don't. I don't know. Maybe your brain's still alive for a little bit after that.
Maybe.
That'd be weird.
Well, they do say like when you lose limbs and stuff, you do have, I forgot what like ghost feelings or something like that. So you can like
whole body syndrome.
Yeah. So like the people that have like the missing foot or legs and stuff, like I've seen some people talk about like, yeah, I still feel like my foot's there and I go to move it and I'm like, oh, remember it's not.
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, there's some crazy different ways to do that. Okay, I got a discussion topic for you guys. This is gone back and forth in Streetbeefs everywhere on the internet. I want to know what wins in a fight. Theoretical, hypothetical. That's what I meant. Hypothetical situation, because making animals fights horrible. Silverback or grizzly bear?
I gotta go with silverback.
Yeah, silverback can like go on a tree, attack like from the behind.
They'll be
Grizzly bear
doing
is
like,
kinda
they'll be
lumbering,
jumping out the
dumb,
tree, attacking, and then
going back up, throwing
that's why they
rocks.
call it guerrilla warfare.
No, that's gorilla. It's not gorilla, it's gorilla. Okay.
I think they pronounced it like that in the.
It's spelled differently. It's a completely different spelling. It's not guerrilla warfare. They're not like throwing coconuts at you and shit,
Swinging from vines.
Okay, let me educate you guys really quick because I didn't give you any of the stats on the animals. You don't have Wikipedia in front of you. You can't tell like how big these animals are. But I'm gonna explain to you really quick on how you're both wrong. Okay, so we got a silverback gorilla. I'm gonna be generous and say they're about 400 pounds. That's a big animal. That's grabbing a human being by the arms and just pulling the arms off. It's horrible. They're about 5'5". I believe they mainly eat vegetables. They are very physically strong.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the gorilla, and then we've got the grizzly bear, which typically weigh, I believe, 800 to 1,000 pounds. So over double the weight. But also you have claws on all fours. You are an apex predator. You have thick skin with fat.
David actually is saying that now. He says grizzly every time they can claw.
Gorillas actually have really thin skin, like thinner than human skin. They're susceptible to cuts. Yeah, they would destroy a human being, but against something as big, because a grizzly, think of the weight though.
But they're not fast.
All I think about,
Yes, they are.
There's people that have gone away from him and zigzagged away. A gorilla would be so much quicker and more agile than us, so he would easily evade him. That's how I feel.
But they're not strategic like that. They're problem solving smart, but it's not going to climb a tree and construct a crossbow.
Right.
Like gorillas are intelligent, but in an adrenaline infused like fight to the death, like.
I don't feel like bears fight to the death. I feel like they're like, I'm so big, I don't care what's here.
Oh, bears have to kill their prey though.
But they don't I feel like they don't go out of way to kill their prey. If they knock like a deer down, they'll eat it while it's still alive. They'll do the same thing to fish. So.
You were saying something about the fast, so they can run.
Oh yeah, I don't think that grizzlies are as fast as.
Grizzlies can run 40 miles an hour. I believe gorillas run about 20.
Are we talking about the cocaine grizzly?
No, that's 60 miles an hour.
Oh,
Cocaine Bear could run 60. That was with a full key. Did you see that?
No.
You gotta watch. I couldn't even get my wife to watch it.
Cocaine Bear is definitely a must watch.
Look, like horror movies when I was younger were scary, but like now they're just funny, and they really go after the whole kind of comedy aspect of it. But it's I think that would be like what a grizzly be like on cocaine.
Well, they did. Well, now you mention it, like the comedy and horror aspect. They just did not too long, probably a few months ago, the Winnie the Pooh movie, the evil one.
Yeah, they only did that because Disney lost the rights to Winnie the Pooh because they didn't renew it. So somebody scooped it up.
Disney's also losing the rights to Mickey Mouse too. Yeah. It's going public domain, I believe. Either.
They just have to make a movie with it in it.
Oh yeah.
There's like certain things they have to do.
Though I think they can still do like the old evil Mickey that nobody liked.
So with the gorilla versus the grizzly, I just think because of the size difference, because of the defense in the skin, the thick fur, the fact that they are a predator, they're used to killing their prey, they're faster on their feet, they're not more agile. They are. I think gorillas use their strength and their stuff a lot in intimidation. Sometimes they have to fight for the alpha spot, but for the most part, they're not fighting very much.
Bam Bam says.
Oh, another reason?
Yeah, Bam Bam says even match. Bears fight a lot though. Gorillas rarely fight to the death.
Another thing is, that's a good point. Gorillas, their biggest killer is what is that? Is it the leopard or is it the? It's a cat in the
cheetah.
No, it's cheetah. Cheetah's like the weakest of all the cats. This is a 200-pound cat, and they kill grizzlies.
The panther.
Yeah, it might be a panther. I think there's a different name. It's the leopard, or no, it's not a leopard.
Leopard, cheetah, panther, bobcat.
They need a bobcat. I wouldn't mess with a bobcat, but yeah, they get killed by 200-pound cats, and with a grizzly. I think the only, like when they used to put the grizzly against animals in Greece, the only thing that could kill it was a freaking Siberian tiger, because they're a 700-pound cat.
Oh, those are the ones that the princes over there in like Saudi Arabia have as pets.
Yeah.
They got bears and lions and cats just walking around the yard like we have dogs and cats over here.
But there's nothing that takes out a grizzly though. That's just it. I'm not even saying the biggest one. The biggest one's the freaking what is it? The Kodiak. The Kodiak brown bear is 1,500 pounds. That's
a big bear.
That is amazing.
Oh, we got a special request by Neptune. He says, by request, can we get Firechicken to showcase the guns Hulk Hogan style?
Oh yeah! No,
that's Macho Man.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I'm going for you, Hogan.
Yeah. I still got to do my 100 push-ups tonight. I might make them do something while I do my 100 push-ups, but yeah. So anyway, that's why I think personally that a grizzly would be a silverback gorilla. I wouldn't want to fight either of them. Actually, I don't know. I feel like
I think the gorilla would probably be a good trainer.
I think I think a human would probably have a higher survivability rate against a grizzly, unless it was like cubs involved, because like you can play dead, but a gorilla's gonna know. It's just gonna rip your arms off and beat you with them. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I might be wrong.
I think they can sense, life just like we do. Because they're like, scientists. There are scientists that say that we did come from monkeys. So.
Well, yeah, the whole evolution thing, but that's like, I don't know.
I believe in the
This is actually gonna be my next question. Do you guys believe in Sasquatch?
Yeah, I do. Do I think it's like the same one? No. I think he's probably has like offspring and stuff because he's been around for a while, and unless he's like the like the other one, what is the other one? The Yetis. That they say that they live like thousands of years and stuff. So
What about you? You think he's real?
Man, I want to believe.
Well,
It'd be cool
Sasquatch
if
wants to
there's a
believe in
monkey
you
out
too. So,
right?
like, if you're watching Sasquatch, some of us believe in you.
I want to make eye contact with you. We need to. Then we'll both believe each other that we're real.
I can always remember every single news story. The one that pops up in my head was when the dude invited like all kinds of news crews to his house, and he's like, "Yeah, I caught Sasquatch. I killed him." Opened his freezer and he has like like a body size. I believe it was probably a suit. He's like, "Yeah, I shot him right here. He wasn't gonna evade me." I'm like, and then a week, 2 weeks later, people are seeing Sasquatch again. So,
If there is, like, okay, if you look at like the ocean, I know this is stretched because we've only explored like 20% of the ocean, but there's stuff in there that is definitely big that we don't know about. I'm not saying that
Oceanic Sasquatch.
I don't.
I like
That's
it.
where he goes at night.
I do believe that there is like an Atlantis type place
Could
in
be.
the ocean.
There could be.
Because I mean, there are some pretty deep places that there's been issues, and there are areas where they've had issues traveling over. Like the Bermuda Triangle is a good one.
I don't know if I believe in Megalodon being still alive just because of the sheer amount of food that it would have to eat. But with a Sasquatch though, there's if you get out in the woods, like really, really out in the woods, there's miles and miles and miles of dense forest. It's covered.
Have you ever seen a movie called Journey to the Center of the Earth? I was kind of thinking, what if it's kind of like that, like how they had in King Kong too, when Kong versus Godzilla,
Mm-hmm.
where they have this whole basically another world in underneath us.
I actually saw something a while back came up that was about basically like flat earthers think about it, and it has to do with like there's different continents and stuff, and it's all has to do with the Arctic Treaty and all this stuff, and like we're not allowed to go into Antarctica. It was a treaty that was signed in like the 70s. Nobody's allowed to go there. It's like they're hiding. It's the way that people make it sound like they're hiding something. Like there's something there they don't want.
I think there's things in the ice because I mean the Arctics weren't always frozen like that.
So I mean we don't know, but
that's just like Area 41. Like there's nothing going on there.
51?
Or area, is it 51?
51.
Oh, okay, 51. So it's like yeah, we don't do no tests or something, but we have like 100 miles of like radius blocked off around the whole base.
Yeah.
That is the most secretive base that we have in the military and on the planet, actually.
The most secretive ones we don't know about.
Right. I feel like with conspiracy theories, like if you take 100 of them and say they're all like off the wall, I bet you, what if even one of them was right? Like that would just blow your mind, And I guarantee you, like there's more than one out of 100 that are like real.
Oh, I just saw a new one today. Is the pyramids? They're saying the pyramids are not
deep.
Yeah, it's not just the top. We've got a whole tower, just like the Washington Monument, underneath it. But the thing is, I believe they've done sonar and they've done stuff like that to map out the tunnels inside the pyramid itself, and they haven't said it.
Right.
Or they're just hiding.
Well, I think TikTok and stuff brings a lot of things up that it makes you think, but
Egypt is really protective of their stuff too.
well, it's ancient, you have to be, But yeah, I don't know. I believe there's people out there that know a lot more than we do.
Oh, you know why I said Area 41? Because I believe that's a strain of like weed or something.
Oh.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Welcome to Washington State. Welcome to Washington State.
What he said. Leo Valencia says Alaska has the most secretive one.
Oh, is that with the harp thing? You heard about harp, right?
No.
That's the weather changing. They can
Oh,
manipulate the weather,
Oh yeah, I've seen.
and that's actually what the conspiracy
seen that
was, that
stuff.
they caused the earthquake in the ocean that caused the Fukushima meltdown. Yeah,
Well, it's like a cloud.
it's like a weather. It's like you can attack with it. You can like make it do like really bad stuff to your enemies.
Create a cloud with a thunderstorm in it, and then just send it off in the ocean. You know, that's crazy.
But I mean, Alaska's the biggest state. That's Canada. There's got to be so much stuff in Canada that
Alaska?
nobody's ever seen before.
Right.
Alaska's the biggest state?
Yeah.
I thought Texas was.
No.
Actually, I think California is bigger than Texas.
No. I think Texas is the second biggest.
Alaska didn't. I mean, I feel bad for Alaska if anything happens. With our Russian neighbors that are about 100 miles across the ocean.
Yeah, that you can see from there.
Mm-hmm. They actually have a town. I've looked it up. They have a town on the coast, and it's called Little Russia. So I'm like.
So Alaska is 665,000 square miles.
Dang.
665. So Texas is 268,000.
So more than 3 times almost.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Size.
about 3 times.
Yeah, maybe it's just the way they like draw the globe on maps. Makes it look real small.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with like Antarctica.
I found something out the other day that was actually really neat about a map. If you don't know where Kentucky is, you can use the states right next to it that form a person holding a plate, and then Kentucky Fried Chicken is on top.
Okay.
I didn't know that. It's
That's
like,
funny.
that's what Kentucky is. I honestly, I haven't got out and adventured everywhere. All the middle states. I haven't been anywhere in the middle. All
Right.
just East Coast or West Coast.
David says, "What does Firechicken think of Solo?"
Solo, yeah.
Yeah.
Solo is the goat of the Scrapyard. If we had a Mount Rushmore of the Scrapyard, it would have Solo's face on it 4 times. Solo is like the Chuck Norris of the Scrapyard.
Solo doesn't do push-ups on the ground.
The ground does push-ups to Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solo is entertaining, flexible, can kick people in the head, and never gives up. So that's pretty awesome.
He has a pretty good style. It reminds me of the old Jackie Chan movies, The Drunken Master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. And no, we don't allow people to get drunk before they fight.
No.
So people don't understand how everything works, and they'll make accusations and whatever. No. If you could meet any fighter from Streetbeefs, past, present, or future,
You're
past or present.
I'm thinking Fair Play's son, man. He's gonna be a great fighter.
Oh man, just punch me for that one. Whatever. If you could meet any Streetbeefs fighter, who would you want to meet?
Me probably would be. I don't want to get hate for this because I love the other opponent that he beat, But I would love to meet J-Rock because the first time I saw him is when he did beat Italian Tyson, and if I'm wrong, correct me, but I believe J-Rock was the only person up until that moment to beat
Italian Tyson.
Yeah.
I met him, Italian Tyson.
He seems like a cool dude. He has a good
He's
I would
fighting.
say-
He fought tonight.
Okay.
But I don't. It's an amateur fight. I don't know.
Kind of gives me a gimmick type of a WWE. He has that persona.
We'll get into personas in a minute, but So you'd want to meet J-Rock. I actually talked to J-Rock a lot back before, he got in the accident and everything. I talked to him a lot. And really cool guy. I hope he makes a full recovery. What about you? Who would you want to meet?
I would love to meet Scarface, just because that'd be really cool. Shinigami was iconic, and it was cool to meet him. That was one of those people that I just wanted to meet and see in person, see if they match up to how I imagine them, and that was entertaining. That was cool.
I got to meet. Obviously, the first time I met Scarface was huge, because I was just somebody that watched Streetbeefs for years, and I didn't think I'd ever make it over there. And then he's like, "Oh, we'll do a sparring session. Come on out," and it was me and him and Iraqi Assassin and a couple other people, and we sparred. And he didn't know me, but he just made accommodations, and man, what a cool guy. And so that was really cool meeting him, and then I got to fight him, and then but I think there's a couple of people that I've met that I've just been oh man. So one of them was Fair Play. He completely lived up. I met him when we went over to Virginia. Completely lived up to his how polite he is, and just damn cicada hit me in the eye. Lives up to how respectful he is and everything. Another one was Beach. Beach was really cool to meet. But let's see, who would I? Man, I didn't even think out my own question. Who would I want to meet? Oh, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Shit, dude. Trying to think if there's anybody OG that.
How about Nighttime Doodoo?
No, I wouldn't want to meet him. There was actually. I got to meet Vandal. That was cool because OG guy. I'm trying to think. There was somebody I was gonna say, but I can't remember who it is. Any of those guys from the original that I used to watch. Baby Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Baby Hulk.
Oh yeah.
That's who it was. That's who was on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet.
He's still fighting.
Yeah, dude, he's pro. Dude, Baby Hulk. I would love to meet him because he just seems like a really chill guy. I want to say he was on my podcast once, on Kickin' with Chicken.
I think he was.
Yeah.
No, I think he had his belt.
Yeah.
He had a red belt on his shoulder.
Maybe so. Yeah. I'd like to meet him. I met some cool people when we went to Virginia. I met Big Smile.
Sir Yida said, let's not forget about El Diablo.
Oh!
Yeah. The mullet. He had a mullet, didn't he?
He did. It was beautiful. It was slightly better than Q-tips. It was just a little bit more majestic.
He was pretty cool. I liked him.
Yeah, I would like. El Diablo. I wouldn't be able to talk to him, but I think that would be fun. See here.
Bam Bam says Fair Play is an unlocked character.
Might actually happen. I'm just going to give a really quick shout out to SasquatchLegend.com. So they're our sponsor, and they're putting on Sasquatch Days next weekend in Forks, Washington. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a booth set up. There's going to be a guy with a stopwatch there taking time. I don't know why he's doing that, but Jeremy will be there, our timekeeper. I think I'm going to try to get Shaquille Kress. What's his fight name? Another Scrapyard fighter to come out there. But
yeah, because not everyone has their fighter names in the chat, so
right, yeah, yeah. But we're gonna hit up Sasquatch Days, make an appearance out there, and meet our sponsors and do all that. But if you're thinking about it, it's called Sasquatch Days, SasquatchTheLegend.com. You can also get our T-shirt on there, our new collaboration T-shirt. So check that out. I want to get you guys' opinions on some fighters. We got some new. They're mainly like, this is all appearance wise, guys, and I have a theory that your appearance as a fighter in Street Beefs does a lot for you. Okay, the more I think you got to be the trifecta. You got to have, and it's funny that the least important thing is skill. I just think that it's the least, like, to be viral. I think it's the least, unless you get like a head kick knockout or something.
Right.
But I think that your appearance, the way that you look, what you wear, and then second, what you say to the camera, your charisma, that might even be first. And then third, your skill. But you have all three of those things, and you're like a fair play. Oh, geez, yeah. Or Baby Hulk, like.
Ready. You're ready for those.
You're ready. So we got some people like some examples, and I get you guys' opinions on them. But like Solo, right? Unsuspecting. He can just like walk up and kick you in the head.
Right.
You can.
Have I seen him do the splits?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna split.
That's what I thought.
Man, the first time I met that guy was at a party out here, like 5 miles down the road. He's like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Oh," we started talking about fighting. He's like, "Oh, hey, check this out!" Wham! And he like head kicks me, but it like goes right by my face. I'm like, "What just happened?" Like, I almost dropped my beer. And I was just like, "This guy's crazy." And he's like, "Oh, I want to come out and fight when you do it." And then he did eventually show up, and he broke my ring, and we built a cage.
He's
So,
the reason why we.
He's the reason why we have this cage. Thank you, Solo.
He went right through the ropes like Malik
Oh, geez, went through the cage.
made took was it Earthling 6 through it
Did
or
you
7.
take a number off it because you feel
Damn
like
it,
you
man.
lost that fight?
I did the same thing. Like, yeah, my bad, man.
Is that a strain?
Yeah. I don't know why
So,
I keep doing.
I gotta
that.
bring this up really
Earthling
quick.
7.
I'm not faulting you guys
love
at
you,
all
man. No
on this,
disrespect.
the West Coast, but I didn't even notice this. So Turtle, our first Hall of Famer, he was on Twitch the other day and he was doing fight breakdowns. I was the only one watching, and so I was making comments, and you know, he was doing. I had him do the West Coast fights because like I've seen all the Scrapyard ones, and so he brought up. I said, "Oh, do Earthling 7 versus Malik Ogun," and he brings it up, and in the third round, Malik hits Earthling 7 right in the face, and he goes down, and he hits his hand against the ground, and then instinctively, like, he tackles Malik, and they had to break it up. Psalm K didn't notice that was a knockdown,
Gotcha.
and
So the ref missed that knockdown?
missed a knockdown.
I'd have to rewatch it. I've watched it like 2 or 3
He
times. in my living room.
replayed it like 5 times, and it blew my mind. I was like, I can't believe I didn't know that, because it was a knockdown. And it theoretically, like, if it's a draw and then you add a knockdown into it, that should.
So a knockdown is just his glove touching the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Well, especially off a punch. If you get punched in the face
And
and
it
you
makes
fall
you
back
touch the ground?
and your hand hits the ground,
Okay.
that's considered a knockdown. That's an 8 count, standing 8 count.
Word.
And I don't know how they score there, but like in the Scrapyard, if it's a boxing match or kickboxing and you get an 8 count, then you just went from a 10-9 to a 10-8 round. The other person got the 10, you got the 8.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to kind of get a point back is if you just dominated that round and got caught with a phantom punch. Then it can be like, then it could be like closer. You could get that point back basically.
Right.
But yeah, that should have been an 8-10 round, honestly.
I'm not sure how they do the scoring all the way.
But a knockdown's significant though.
It is. It is.
And I even talked to Samke about it. It ain't his fault. He's like, I missed it. Like that happens because when you're like in different spots in the ring, like you can't see everything or
Mhm.
something else catches your attention. But yeah, I'll let. I'm gonna make a run over really quick. I'm gonna let you guys talk about a Street Beefs West Coast fighter that I met when I was down in the hot box, and that was Husky.
Word.
So you guys can.
Oh yeah.
You guys talk about the Husky really quick.
Kind of. I loved his suit.
Yeah. It was good. It was a hot day to be wearing that.
Dude.
Right?
He's. I think I heard him mention something about the heat too, and he's like, "I don't care. I'm here to work." And it's like, "Okay, man, go attack him." He's pretty cool. Cause the only other person that I've seen wear like onesies or things like that is Crazy Legs.
Right.
Crazy
right.
Legs is always coming out with unicorns or some different ones, and Crazy Legs is actually in his onesies right now, but not in like the regular ones. He's in his swimsuit onesies because he's at his raves in Vegas right now.
Oh word, yeah, I've seen these on Instagram. A few of his.
Yeah. Crazy Legs is in Vegas right now doing his raves. So
Yeah, he won't be here tomorrow. Crazy Legs. My favorite Crazy Legs costume is when he wore a romper, summertime wear. He wore a romper that had like a cat riding a unicorn or something. It was something crazy like that.
Oh yeah, like those. I've seen those. They have costumes and stuff like that where they have like the horse, and then you got like a dude on the back or something. Yeah, I've kind of seen those. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, Crazy Legs' outfits, and his most recent one is his. What is that? Bruce Lee.
His yellow one.
His Bruce Lee yellow one that he basically verbally assaulted Ruckus and stole it from him. But honestly, like Crazy Legs, that fits him really well.
Yeah, he looked good in it.
Yeah. And so it's like, how hot would you say it was in the hot box that day?
It was crazy hot. It was get sunburned kind of weather.
Sunburn.
Oh, I got
hard to
sunburned.
breathe, hot.
Yeah.
I got sunburned bad that day. I didn't wear any sunscreen. Oh, dude, like I got so sunburned that my lips were burnt.
Yeah, my lips were chapped and
Yeah.
falling apart all day.
Yep. And that was like the first sun that I got for the year,
I thought I was dehydrated, so I stopped like twice on the way home and picked up some like Gatorades and stuff. But yeah, no.
Yeah, you were sunburned.
It was sunburn.
I found out when I got in the shower that night how sunburned I was.
My neck was bad. Back of my
Yeah.
neck was bad. That's usually the worst part. That or like if you're not wearing a shirt, your shoulders get it the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to your shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hot, and what I was getting at was that Crazy Legs wore that
Whole
outfit the
outfit.
whole time on top of the roof.
Yeah.
Leo Valencia says, "Let's talk about the guy that shot himself in the hot box." What?
Oh,
You know
I
this?
think I did hear about this.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's just really
I
embarrassing.
heard it was a lot of speculation.
Come on, Leo.
But it was just something like it looked like. I think it was Lavish. I don't remember who. It was something where it just looked like there was a dookie mark on someone's pants, and it was very prominent.
Any cat needs to go stretch out on her bed or hip
Word.
is driving her nuts.
Well, I'm gonna make it out with you then.
Okay.
I will see you in the morning.
Sounds good. Eager to be in here.
See you in the morning, man.
Good seeing you, y'all.
Y'all have a good night.
See you in the
You
morning.
too.
Yeah. I didn't hear about that. The whole. I feel like though
I think it's people just dogging him. I don't think he really did. But
Leo says he pooped his pants.
in the hot box though. At least in the hot box, it's like a
Come
cat
on,
box.
Leo.
You can bury it.
Right,
You can just huddle over it and bury it.
Just
You know.
kick over the sand. on
Like
the
it
floor.
happens in here, man. It better be like right on Sasquatch, or everyone's gonna know.
Dude, Steve's gonna make you come in here with some Lysol and a rag.
Yeah, you're cleaning up your own poop. If you think I'm gonna have a thin napkin ham like nearby and I'm gonna pick that, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'll make you clean up your own poop.
He said, Michelle, I think it's Michelle. Michelle, I believe it's Michelle. I'm saying the spot wasn't there, then it was. LOL.
I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The chocolate pudding. I don't know. So we got somebody coming up next month.
Oh man, look who just popped in the chat. Ordinary Pete did.
Ordinary Pete.
What
we
up?
got. Sorry, Ordinary Pete. We got the original Ordinary Pete.
I'm right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
That does not mean we appreciate you any less, Ordinary Pete.
No, you're awesome, man.
You provide.
I really miss, but like I was like kind of like how you are now. I was like one of the first people to like be in the chats. Like literally every time he went live and stuff, I was there. So that's how you kind of got to know my name.
Yep. Hey, that's all you got to do is just stop in and I'll see you enough, and I'll recognize your name. You know. Especially in the beginning, there weren't as many people. You know, so. But yeah, you know, I do these lives just because, like, those of you watching right now, it is. Can somebody shut that off? You're gonna get me a copyright ban. Who is that? Amanda! Hold on. Shut that off! Shut that off! Okay. I don't need a copyright ban from whoever that was that was playing, so I had to shut it down really quick. But, I don't know what we were talking about.
Ordinary Pete.
Oh, we're talking about Ordinary Pete. Yeah. So back then we didn't have like a whole lot of people in the chat. So and we do these chats, you know, because we appreciate you guys that are tuning into them. You guys are here for more than just the fights. You're here to you know, see what goes on behind the scenes and meet people and everything. So yeah. What's the Ordinary Pete have to say?
He says, looking forward to tomorrow. Been Ordinary Pete since 1997.
I think you think too low of yourself. I think you need to be extraordinary, Pete.
Oh, my phone is on 1% battery.
Yours?
Yeah.
You gotta charge your shit up before this.
I thought my phone wasn't a charger, but I had my Switch on the charger because I
Priorities?
I lay down on the bed and then I accidentally fell asleep. That plane takes a lot out of you.
Right now you're 40 and you need a nap during the day.
I'm already starting to get gray hairs. I cut my beard and stuff before I came. I was trimming it down. Oh my god, I started seeing gray hairs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm only 30.
I got 10 years on you.
Ordinary Pete says, them belts look nice.
Yes, they do. I'm not gonna be taking home. Nobody's taking them home. But somebody's gonna win one tomorrow.
You can take one home if you buy one.
You know what? If my belt manufacturer would like get off their asses and answer their emails, then maybe I'd be able to buy belts from them. But they don't. So, you know, I can't order belts if they won't answer their damn messages. I wish somebody would try to pay me. You know.
Michelle says, is there a Muay Thai title match tomorrow?
Yes, 205. It's gonna be epic. That's we got an amateur fighter fighting Epic Tan, and
And you had it on that side.
bubble. I'm also gonna try to give Marauder, the guy that was here. I'm gonna try to give him a title shot too. So I'm only doing this with the Muay Thai belts, but normally I don't give people title shots that don't have a fight in yet. But it's a new belt. We're gonna get the title out there and get champions. So that's happening tomorrow. There might be more. I got a lot of weight classes, you know.
Ordinary Pete says, it's ordinary because my white biology teacher in high school couldn't say my last name.
His what biology teacher?
His high school biology teacher couldn't say his last name, so he'd say Peter Ordinary.
Nobody can say my last name.
He has his last name, but you know what? I don't want to butcher it. I don't want to try.
Let me see it. Let me see it. Ordrones.
Does it have like rolling R's or something?
Ordrones. I can't. I butchered it. I did what I took the bullet for you on that one. It's okay because nobody can say my name correctly either. So
David says, "I'm out. I love this show, and you guys are class act. Hope you have a great day. Boys, love it."
hey, thanks, Dave. What's it, David?
David. Right.
Shout out, David. Yeah. Let me see. I was gonna. Live feed tomorrow, guys. Live feed, 12 noon. Tune in to Streetbeefs Scrapyard. I'm gonna have somebody. I don't know who that's gonna be on commentary. It might be Ruckus. It might be somebody else. But yeah, they'll be on commentary, and we'll give you guys try to give you guys a good show. I'm gonna record all my footage inside the ring and get you guys some good edits after that.
Okay. Michelle commented, like, you know how they do like the pronunciations with the words with like the dashes and stuff. Pete says he agrees with her, and then it says just roll the R a little.
Mm.
And then he says go. Yes, see, I should have done that.
You know who's really good at knows Spanish really well? A referee,
Yeah.
Coach P.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if he gets two guys in here that speak Spanish, he just speaks Spanish to them.
No, it's the commands.
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Shout out Coach P. Shout out Derek. Shout out Anomaly. And even Turtle. Turtle's been refereeing lately, which is awesome because he's got a lot of boxing knowledge.
David says, peace out from Boston, Massachusetts.
Peace out, man. Nice having you on.
Oh, the Celtics are still in the playoffs too. So that's pretty good.
I don't watch basketball.
I know, I don't really that much, but the Lakers are my favorite team.
I got basketball players that follow us on Instagram.
Shaq follows us on Instagram, doesn't he?
Right.
That's awesome.
Matt Barnes does.
Oh.
Yeah. I catch him liking our stuff all the time. Pretty crazy. There's a lot of people on there too that like they're verified and they have a lot of followers. I just don't know who they are. You know, they might be like football players. They'll say professional football players and they'll say that like I just don't watch football. But
yeah, because like now on Twitter, Elon changed it to where anyone can have their verified mark now. You just gotta pay.
it's not just Twitter. It's Zuckerberg did it too.
All
and
of them?
Instagram. Yep.
Oh wow! So I pay like $10 a month, and I can be verified with the blue check mark too, or something.
Yeah. You just won't have the followers. So when I go on Instagram, like I'm not verified on Instagram, which I got 141,000 followers on there. I'm not verified on there because it's just like a pain in the ass. But then, like I'll see people comment on my stuff and they'll be verified. It's like, oh, you have 1,500 people. Okay. Like it's just weird. I don't like the paying thing because it used to signify that you kind of had a following, that people could search your name. You were a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
And then now people can just buy it, and then
Like then there's like, you basically like they know like you're not a nobody.
right.
You know.
You know how to tell though, like if it's an entity like Streetbeefs verified,
Mm-hmm.
that's different because you can't verify that the same way that you do the paid one.
Oh.
Yeah, like you can't
have
verify
to
a brand. You have to be a person
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it has to be a person's page.
to
It
pay.
can't be
To
a.
pay, yeah. For the paid one.
Oh, okay.
So
That makes
like,
sense because like anyone can go like start creating fake pages of companies
mhm.
and start getting verified. start posting that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for if you're a person, you gotta have your profile picture. You can't change your profile picture. So that just wouldn't work on like Instagram. Like the Scrapyard is a Scrapyard. It's got my name on it, but like, I would have to change it to my profile picture, and then it would be. I could make the name Streetbeefs Scrapyard, but like that would be my profile picture.
Yeah.
I don't-
Streetbeefs, Scrapyards, Firechicken.
We just need more media press. I think and we could get it, but it's expensive. Companies want like $8,000 to $10,000 to get you verified. Woo. But I'm wondering if that.
I mean, well, if you think about it, if you're making lots of money, then
Well,
it's not that
it
much.
allows you to link up with people easier. But now that they've allowed people to buy it, then it takes away from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not as special.
Basically, like, I think before, like, it would save time for, like, the companies searching for what they actually wanted, rather than everyone's buying a check mark or whatever, and it's like, oh, well, we could go to this one, but since this guy has a check mark and he looks like he's cheaper, he should be good, he has a check mark.
Right.
Basically, like, they automatically assume, like he's legit and professional, and sometimes they could be not.
Right. Yeah. No, it's just a money grab. It's shitty, whatever. But anything that Facebook does, Instagram does, it's all meta. And it is nice about YouTube. You have to have 100,000 followers, 100,000 subscribers to become verified on there. So like,
Yeah, like when they first started doing like payments and stuff, like, well, to like regular normal creators, not like the big companies and stuff. If they started off small and they started working up, bigger and bigger.
yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't know. I feel like though people look more at your following rather than the check mark. But
Yeah,
the
so
check mark gets the attention.
yeah, definitely. I think they look at your fans first, and like you could be the best, at something you do. You don't have 50,000 followers, the same as the dude who's 3 times less as good as you. They're still gonna go with the dude who's 3 times less because he has all his followers. He must be good because everyone
Yeah.
follows him.
Yeah. Well, I know with like the size of our Instagram, when people will collaborate with us that won't collaborate with small people. Like they charge them, but they know that it's like mutually beneficial for both of us.
Basically, kind of like they see that we don't. It's not like I wouldn't say like we need them and they don't need us. They see it's just like.
Well, actually, so like if you're collaborating, it's basically like you're both sharing the same thing on both your walls.
Okay.
So it's showing to 2 audiences, and it might not. They probably overlap because of, but you got 150,000 here and 150,000 here. Maybe it overlaps like this. Maybe it overlaps like this. Maybe they barely touch. So the small group that's touching might be the ones that are already following both.
Yeah.
But it depends on like the niche and everything, and if it's a cooking thing on Instagram, and you're fighting, it's gonna be a completely different audience. But then again, you might not get them to follow you off something like that. So
Yeah. It's just like then people. I mean, because like for example, like some videos and stuff, they can get 1 million, 2, 10, a lot of millions of views, and you look at the pages that they're on. I've seen some that have like 1, 2, 5,000 subscribers or followers, and they're getting millions of plays on their
but it's a
stuff.
viral video is what it was, or shorts. Like a lot of people are taking advantage of shorts now.
So
And you can build a YouTube channel up to 1 million, quite a bit easier than you can with doing regular content.
So I believe I've read on this that I have to double check and make sure, because everyone reports differently, but they are changing like some stuff. So
The whole shorts thing is going after TikTok.
Yeah,
Because TikTok
exactly, they're
is
starting to they're gonna start to to pay out for the shorts now.
Oh, they have.
And
They just don't pay
not
very
as-
well
okay.
because they can't compete because everybody like that wants to watch shorts is on TikTok.
Yeah, because then the thing is, it's not like that they make money from the views on TikTok. It's all from like sponsorships and stuff.
It's ads and stuff. Yeah, they slip ads in, whatever. But Facebook was doing it where they were paying for shorts, but then they like failed, so they quit paying people. Instagram, I guess they pay too, but I don't know.
Leo says, when you fight, can you promote your business?
Yes. Yeah, so when you fight, the camera comes up to you and you have like, I would say 15 seconds to say kind of whatever you want. You know, for the most part. You know, like but yeah, you can definitely promote a business, a sponsor, whatever. That's your time, you know. Unless it's something that kind of goes against YouTube rules, I'm not picky on that. I won't generally edit it.
Michelle says, are there any comedian fights tomorrow or rap battles?
I know that a guy that I was talking to about trying to set up some rap battles, but I don't think there are any comedians. We had a comedian fighting tomorrow. The comedian might fight tomorrow. Maybe I can get him to fight another funny person that can talk crap before the fight. I don't know. I might be able to make it into like a comedy fight. But there's none scheduled for tomorrow.
Ordinary Pete says, I have a couple vids on my YouTube with 100,000 views and I can't even get over 500 followers. Sucks.
Make shorts.
He says
Shorts. Shorts will make followers. They will make subscribers. That's why these shorts channels can just get tons of subscribers, but they don't get watch time. They'll get views because it only takes so much time to watch it to get a view on it, but they'll get views and they'll get subscribers, but they won't get watch time. And that's what people really want on YouTube is watch time. I want to keep you watching for as long as possible.
Exactly, because they do show those stats. Like, I remember when they first added it, like they showed you the stats where like how many people watched a minute of your video, 2 minutes.
They still got all those analytics in there that I go through at least once a week, checking on everything. But yeah, I do shorts on my channel, but it's definitely not a shorts channel. Definitely not. I mean, I don't even put a short out every day. I might not even put it. I put a short out today, and it was the first one in like a week. So I'm definitely not like trying to jump on that hype train. Plus, people steal your shorts.
Oh yeah, no, look, it's so easy to screen record. Antonio Williams says, "Oh, where is Scotty Showtime?"
Scotty, he's around. I just seen him not too long ago, but he's not fighting right now. So I don't know if or when he's going to come back. I have, however, talked to a couple people recently that might be the weather, you know, but have expressed interest in coming back to fight, which is always great. I got a fight next month between Crazy Legs and Montu Neater. Montu Neater is technically our 170-pound kickboxing champion. Now, we kind of had a couple issues or whatever, and he wasn't in Streetbeefs for up until recently. We talked. We got over it. I'm not unreasonable, you know. I'll, you know, whatever, talk to people. And so he's going to come back, and Crazy Legs says he has to fight him first, so.
Pete says, I try to make all my vids under a minute. People can't handle 30 seconds.
Yeah, short attention spans.
Antonio says, why is he not fighting? Hurt? Is it because he's hurt?
Who? Scotty? No, there's some other stuff, you know, like I don't get into people's personal stuff. So, but I'm just saying, like, he'll be back when he wants to come back, or if he'll come back. So.
All right, Pete has a max suggestion. When we gonna see La Arana?
La Reina.
La Reina
La
versus
Reina.
La Reina versus Lights Out.
Is that a burner account? Lights out. Is that your burner account? No. That could happen. It's just if both of them wanted it to happen.
Sarah versus high speed boxing, says Leo.
That'd be a tough one. Sarah's a dog, man. He puts 100% in and just goes for it in straight boxing. That's tough. I don't know. You know who we're trying to set up is our new boy, Pappas, in his leisurely wear.
Oh, man.
No, that's not leisurely wear. That's
The red shirt man?
the red shirt man. That's dress for success right there.
Oh,
But
man.
he contacted me today and said he would fight solo.
Pete says, rumor has it La Aranya wants that fight
With who?
with lights out.
Rumor has it. Pete said that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Put your spoon away, Pete. You're stirring the pot. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like, people agree on fights. I can't really. I'll let it happen.
Michelle asked, is Solo on the roster this month?
No,
I don't think so
no.
because he hurt himself.
He hurt himself. He got a bad cut on his leg. They were out camping, and he got close to something that cut him really bad, and so he's out. So, wish him a full recovery. So we're gonna do a press conference tomorrow after the fights.
Ooh.
So if maybe I'm not promising you guys anything, but we're gonna try to do it like some chairs and stuff, and I'll sit in the middle. I'll play Dana White, and I'll let people like you guys on YouTube ask some questions, and I'll have some people like ask questions or whatever, and we'll probably just make it a quick one, like 10, 15 minutes, but just see how it works out. See if you guys like it or not.
Alright, so Antonio says, what happened to Abdul?
Who? What happened to Abdul?
Oh, Abdul.
Is it too explosive?
Oh,
Maybe?
too explosive. Yeah.
He moved away, and he's actually big into wrestling right now. He will be back, definitely, if that's what you're talking about. I gotta see him fight. So honestly, like, I gotta see him fight Buddy V, or not Buddy V. I gotta see him fight Isaiah, and I gotta see him fight can't think right now. Our former champion. We went snowboarding with him.
Doughboy.
Empty Barnes. I mean, I know his name. Doughboy. Doughboy. I gotta see him fight Doughboy, and I gotta see him fight Isaiah. I feel like those three had the title, but none of them fought each other. Gumby would be another one, but actually no, Gumby fought Isaiah.
Oh yeah, I did. I remember that. Ordinary Pete says, what time do the fights start tomorrow?
We're gonna kick off the live feed about noon. People are gonna show up here 9:30. We're gonna start getting waivers signed, and my matchmakers are gonna start doing their magic. And we're gonna do our fighter meeting, and we're gonna get some solid matches in. And I'm gonna have some people sitting off to the side doing matchmaking, so that we can matchmake while we're doing fights. That will be more efficient, so we can get through the fights.
Michelle says, is that a Firechicken 10 to 15 minutes or a normal people 10 to 15 minutes?
It's a Firechicken 10 to 15 minutes.
Antonio says, name one famous killer. And don't say Jeffrey Dahmer.
Is it John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah, that was the clown one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. He had the Volkswagen, didn't he?
Yeah, only
Yeah.
because I do remember watching the movie like a long
Ed
time
Gein?
ago.
Ed Gein wasn't really I mean, he killed like a few people, but he was notorious for eating people.
Who's well, but it was Jeffrey. Jeffrey Dahmer was the one who was eating people, right?
Oh, Ed Gein didn't eat people. Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer did. Ed Gein was the one that used their like Silence of the Lambs, Leatherface, like put their parts on his.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Some Texas Chainsaw Massacre type stuff.
There's the Green River Killer. The Green River Killer out here in Washington. He killed a whole bunch of people.
Okay. Leo said Bill Clinton.
That's it. Bill Clinton. Oh. Yeah.
Antonio says, "Can I try out for y'all?" You don't have to try out. You just have to, I believe, sign up on the Facebook.
Sign up, show up, get matched up, fight. That's basically it. All right, I will take two more questions from different people, and then I think we're gonna call it. Call it a night. Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause we got fights in the morning.
All right. Antonio says, "Where do you live?"
The fights are in Gig Harbor, Washington State. Say that. Gig Harbor, Washington State are where the fights are. So, if you're thinking about coming out, you want to fly into SeaTac Airport. That's going to be the closest one. One more question. I know Ordinary Pete's got a good one. I recognize his logo from here.
His face. Oh God. Antonio says, "Darn, I live in New York."
Go to Virginia to fight, but if you want to fight in the Scrapyard, you got to fly out.
Yeah, he just commented that I'm gonna have to fly out.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Pete has a question.
Pete has a question.
He says, "Does water bend?"
Does water bend? Yes.
Another good one was is water wet?
Is the sky actually blue? Or
That
is it just how we perceive it?
That I know the sky's not. Well, our eyes perceive it blue, but yeah, it's not blue. It's like from the atmosphere.
But is blue the same to you as it is to me?
Hmm.
Don't know.
Well, maybe some people have some issues seeing different colors.
What's Pete say?
He said, "Those are my 1989 Pizza Hut Back to the Future glasses."
Is he watching like? Come on, Doc. Let's get in the DeLorean.
Pete says, "Water is always level."
All right, and with that, I gotta say, yeah, this chicken's cooked. Is somebody else on there?
Yeah, Sam said, "What happened to Italian Tyson?" He's still fighting.
Italian Tyson got Italian Tyson fought tonight in an amateur fight, so I don't know how it went. I saw his weigh-ins, his face-off, but I believe that. Oh no, he fights tomorrow. Yeah, he fights tomorrow. Today was the weigh-in, so. But that's all I got for you guys. Okay, I appreciate you coming on here and chatting up and asking questions. It was a good one. I'm liking this out in the cage kind of deal. See you tomorrow, guys. 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not 12 a.m. 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. We got fights going on. Streetbeefs Scrapyard. Make sure you're subscribed. Join in the chat on there. It's going to be a long one. It's probably going to be a 5-hour chat. So peace out, everybody.
Peace.